Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel and welcome back to GreenRiver. Thank you for coming back for another episode on this Memorial Day Monday. Thank you so very much. All right, well, we're going to get right into the action. Now, today is a new game day. We're still in the final third of spring, game day number 8 of spring. We've got one more game day to play of our spring season. And you might remember, hopefully you do, it was an action-packed episode number 13, I suppose. Unlucky 13, certainly for Billy Bob. Well, we've got some news for you. So things happen fast around here, by the way. So the 1455 case tractor basically was a write-off. We received from the insurance company $53,998 for that write-off for that tractor. Basically, once they got it out of the pond, it was just so far ruined that it was just best sold for scrap. So that's what we got from that. So we put that into our bank account, and then we basically bought a used case 5150. Now this is part of the new DLC pack that came out just a few days ago, and I've got to thank very much my good friend, longtime viewer of the channel, DC, for gifting this to me. I really do appreciate it. Now I do not know why this turned out gray. I did not select the gray color at all. If we look at it in the shop, we'll find it listed right here, the Maxim 5150. Now I did go ahead and put the upgraded engine package into this whenever I purchased it through the store and everything. So I went with this model because obviously with the 1455 having the capabilities of putting the front loader forks on it, I was kind of liking this case here, and we may try to buy this at some point because I really like the looks of this older JCB tractor. But anyway, this Modern Classics DLC comes with a few tractors. It comes with the 390T here from Massey Ferguson. It comes with the Case 5150, which is what we have here that we've purchased and replaced the Case 1455 with. And then of course it also has the JCB. And it has a few other things. It has a combine, it has some trailers and some other stuff. We're basically going to take advantage, and we're going to use the 5150, and we're going to take this guy out for a spin. Like I said, we just basically got it. I mean, we made hay while the sun was shining, as they say, by basically getting the money was not in our bank account more than just a few seconds, it seems like. But in any event, we made good on everything, and of course we don't necessarily play game days as far as real life days, so maybe there was a few extra days that transpired in there. But anyway, it is what it is, and we've got everything that we more or less need to keep farming and everything, so that is obviously good. Now I'm going to grab a hold of this fuel trailer here because we need to head over to field number I think it's field number 27, and we need to refuel the big Kloss tractor that's over there. Blinkers all work, everything works. We've had it fully inspected, and man, what a fine tractor this certainly is. Now, of course, I mean, I haven't really looked into, let's see, is there any IC on this? I kind of doubt that there is, and there does not appear to be any IC. But certainly a very nice DLC pack, and I would encourage anyone that is looking at some of these, wanting some older classic type tractors and equipment and everything, to take a look at that. And you can get that through the through the Giants Farming Simulator website. It's not available on Steam, or at least it wasn't available on Steam when I was sort of inquiring into potentially purchasing this DLC myself. And basically I sort of got beat to it. DC contacted me last week and said, hey, by the way, Jerry, have you oh, and the mirrors work too, that's kind of cool. Hey Jerry, by the way, have you purchased that Farming Classics DLC? And I'm like, no, not yet. It's on my to-do list. And actually it was on my to-do list for that day because I was planning on purchasing it and going ahead and coming home for the weekend and taking advantage of it, trying to find a way to fit it onto the existing gameplay here. And he says, well, check your email. Don't worry about purchasing it. Check your email. And there I had it. So I'm very appreciative to DC for doing this. And I think maybe we can get over to field number 27 by kind of cutting in behind the hall here. This is a sell point. And there's our claw sitting right over there. So good stuff. So let's go ahead and fill that guy up. I think what we'll need to do is we'll pull up here. Hopefully we can do this without a whole lot of effort. Jack basically called me and said, hey, can you bring some fuel over here, because he didn't want to have to drive over and fill up the cloths and waste time and all that kind of stuff. So let's see if we can start the pump. Let's see, what is the button to start the pump? Start the fuel pump in. There we go. And then we'll get in here and see if we can start filling her up. And there she goes, 170, 80 liters and counting. So let's go ahead and fill this guy up. And I think what we'll do after we get done with this, I think we've got a bit of fuel that we can refill the fuel trailer with over at the biodiesel plant, and then we're going to head back because we need to take care of our animals, or at least we need to do a little bit of animal work this morning. I need to bump my time up to 5x there. I'm bad about that. I often do a little bit of off-camera stuff in the slower speed, regular 1x type speed, and I like to try to record, if I can remember it, in 5x. So anyway, hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I hope you've had a wonderful Memorial Day holiday weekend. If you're in the US, obviously you are hopefully celebrating that. And just as remember, as I said in episode number 13, Memorial Day weekend is a lot more than just barbecuing. Yes, it's great to spend time with family and friends and everything, but don't forget about what Memorial Day is actually all about. It is the day in which we set aside to give thanks and appreciation to all of those who gave their lives in the service of our great nation. And I have a couple of family members that died in service to their country. The first one that I would like to memorialize is my uncle, Earl Ray Taylor, who was my father's brother, and he passed away in the service of this country back in the 60s. But we got to start our engine first, and we'll get this moved out of the way so that we can get the cloths moving. All right, we'll jump out and get rid of the HUD there. And get in here, and let's see, we're going to do next closest waypoint, drive course, and off he goes. Alright, and then the second family member that died in service to our great nation is my third great grandfather, Archibald Mills Carleton, who died in service to his country in 1863. He fought for the Confederacy, for the South, and passed away in Richmond, Virginia in 1863. So I appreciate my family members for doing their part to our great nation. I'm very appreciative of that, and always try to remember them for the sacrifices that they made, and also to their family members who also sacrificed greatly for that as well. Alright, so let's head over to the biodiesel facility, and let's go ahead and fill this up, because we only have 166 liters in this trailer, which in the grand scheme of things isn't going to do a whole lot for us when it comes time to starting to fill up some of the bigger pieces of equipment. Obviously, we had several hundred liters, almost said gallons there, but several hundred liters of diesel went in to fill the big cloths, and so probably all of them, all the big tractors and stuff are going to need the Warrior. I think I've already filled it up once because obviously I've been driving it quite a bit, and the big two big classes have also been working out quite a bit here on the farm as well. All good stuff. I think I've already said this. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and certainly hoping you have a wonderful and very safe Memorial Day holiday weekend. Would love to hear what you all have done over the weekend. Of course, I'm filming this in advance of Memorial Day holiday weekend. It's the 14th of May. So I'm slowly but surely trying to build my queue of videos up. I'm gonna try not to get so far ahead. I really think I was way too far ahead with videos before the breakdown, before the computer breakdown and everything. I certainly hope I've got diesel over here. I really can't remember if we drained this thing dry or if we left a little bit in the tank. I hope that we left some in here. I think maybe we did, if memory serves. But you know how my memory is, folks. It is sort of sketchy. We've got 24,000 liters of fuel in here, so we've got more than enough. Let's see if we can refill this guy up here. There we go. All right. Again, I'm not sure why this turned out gray instead of red. It might be because of the engine package that I put in it. The only color options that was available for this particular DLC were basically the rim color. I double checked it after it came out of the store all gray and everything. I took it over to the main farm and grabbed the toolbox mod and went to check and see if I could get it painted red, because I was going to do that just for the fact that, well, I like red. It's a good color. But there was no options for that, so it might just be related to the engine package. So obviously, since we've kind of had this unexpected twist, unexpected plot twist to our little story here, where actually I think what we will do is, since we are in the neighborhood with the pigs, let's go ahead and head over to the pigs and give them some food and some water while we're in the neighborhood, because we might as well. Waste not, want not, and all that stuff. But anyway, since we've had a little bit of a change of plans with our money situation and everything, I think we're gonna probably have to get over here in the next day, maybe later this game day, and work a little bit over at the compost facility, because we're probably, when it does come time to plant our soybeans, with only $33,000 and some change in the bank right now, that's probably going to go pretty quick, I would say, with seeds and everything. So we probably need to, again, like I said, we probably need to work over either at the compost facility, which is probably the best situation, because quite honestly, we've got compost already there. It's already made, it's already been produced and everything, so we have that. And so let me just check and see how we need one more pig. So 8 hours and 43 minutes we'll get our 13th pig born. And let's see, what am I doing here? Let's get this raised up, and let's get this back over here and get this uncovered. There we go. So we'll get our 13th pig born, and we'll be able to take 13 pigs over to the market. So we'll have that as well. So I think it's going to maybe be twofold, and we'll probably maybe do a little bit of this in the next episode, or maybe I will do some of it off camera, since we have done some work over at the compost facility. I don't know. We'll just kind of see how it goes. I don't really like to plan a whole lot of stuff when it comes time to, or when it comes down to the video stuff like that. Let's back up a little bit further and see if we can get that trigger. Where is my trigger? There it is. All right, that's enough for 3 days. So not a whole lot of food. I wish they would take more food, but you know, it is what it is. I'm curious if any of you guys are playing this map. I know a few of our viewers are, because I've had some questions. I think I might have talked about it in one of the last episodes. Someone had asked me about where the sell point for lumber was, and I helped them, showed them where that was, and that was great. I always like helping people. It's kind of why I do this, really and truthfully. I mean, I do enjoy, obviously I enjoy playing the game. I enjoy playing it immensely. Otherwise, I wouldn't play it. I'm that kind of guy. But I also really do enjoy helping people, and I like to be able to share in helping folks get the most out of the games. And if I can help you with anything, if you've got a question about something, certainly don't hesitate to ask. Let's see. I need to go over here. I think so. I'm a novice at gates, as you can tell. All right, let's go ahead and do our water because, hey, it's so much fun and it's so darn easy to fill the water up. There it goes, and that's done. So let's just take a look here and see straw. I think we've probably got a straw bale in here. And let's go ahead and get our doors opened up, and well, we'll break immersion for just a moment and use our superhuman strength to bring this bale of straw over and place it down, and bada bing bada boom, there we go. All right, so that's got our pigs topped up pretty well. We want to keep the pig production going smoothly because obviously we want that 13th pig so that we can sell those and take those little piggies to market. So I think that's all we need to do here at the pig farm. So let's go ahead and head on back to the main farm, and we'll drop this off. And we basically need to connect up to our front loader forks. Thankfully, Billy Bob had taken those off the tractor before he went on his little deep pond exploration activity, sinking the 1455 down to the mud, and it was just a mess. And well, it's going to make some good scrap iron, I'm sure. Or I don't know, maybe somebody will basically repair it and get some use out of it. I don't know, but it was something that we needed. We didn't have the time essentially to do that, so the insurance was willing to cut us a check. And I think all total this tractor cost us about $74,240, and that was the upgraded engine and some an extended warranty coverage and basically the front hydraulics and all that kind of stuff. So basically all in a day's work. It's all of the cost of doing business, cost of doing farming, and all that kind of stuff. And you certainly can't get around some of that sometime. But Billy Bob, he is here working, but he's kind of playing it, I think, low key. I think he I spoke to him this morning when he came in and told him, hey, look, everything's going to be all right. But I think he's embarrassed, and I think that he is sort of frustrated with himself, and I get that, I get it. It's not something that, and I spoke to Jack as well, and I told Jack, I said, look, man, I said, don't say anything to Billy Bob. He's going to be upset and everything over this, and let's not give him a hard time. There'll be time that we can basically sit around and laugh and joke about it, but for right now, let's not let it be that time right now, because we need to do other things. So I basically hope that this is going to fit without a whole lot of maneuvering, and I don't know, this may not be the right there we go. Just had to kind of manhandle it a little bit to get it to go up there. But anyway, okay, well, that looks all right. I mean, the black on the gray, I think that'll be just fine. So we won't worry about getting this thing painted. So I think what we need to do here is we need to bring some straw over stat. That's the one thing that they're going to need, is some straw. So let's go to our barn and get a couple of bales of straw out of there and take them to the cows, and then we'll figure out what we want to do next. Maybe what we'll do is we'll head over and load up some head over and load up some compost maybe. Alright, so let's go here, and we just basically need to check out a couple of bales of straw. So square straw bales, 2 bales I think will probably be fine. And I tell you, we are getting down, we're getting down to the last little bit of straw, and that's kind of scary and worrisome. But hopefully our wheat crop will come in strong, and obviously we'll be able to bale that. That will all be good stuff. I'm a little curious as to why this hay and straw comes off of this modded barn as just single stacks like that. Why it doesn't go ahead and stack it into maybe stacks of 2 or stacks of 4 or something. Like, I mean, if you request 2 bales like we did, why didn't it come off with 2 bales? If anyone knows the answer to that, I would appreciate knowing. And I know that we just did this a couple of episodes ago, sort of messed about trying to figure out how the hay goes in there, or how the straw goes in there, and honestly I cannot remember what we ended up doing. I can't remember if we ended up putting it in through this door, or if we put it in through the other door. We'll see. I do like this tractor. This is a nice little change in. There we go, just like that. And let's just go ahead and go out through the other door over here, and we'll check that to see that brought them up to 8,000 liters. We'll do the rest of this stuff later. So I tell you what, let's go park this guy up, and let's grab the Warrior, and we'll go back and grab a hold of the Penta DB50. Get that tractor, or get that tipper, I should say, and we'll head over to the compost facility. And don't know if we'll get all the compost scooped up and put into the tipper, because I am kind of slow at that. But we'll get some of it done, and then I'll let you get back to your barbecue and all that kind of stuff that you got going on with Memorial Day. And of course, it's not going to be long before it's going to be the 4th of July weekend, Independence Day holiday weekend here in the U.S. And of course, that's another company holiday for me, although I don't think the 4th of July falls on a Monday or a Friday, so it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be a long weekend unless we actually make it a long weekend. And sometimes we do. If the 4th falls like on a Tuesday, oftentimes we'll take an extra holiday day, my wife and I, and we will just make it sort of a long weekend. But I really don't know where the 4th falls. I don't have a calendar in front of me right now, so I will certainly be researching that for my own sanity, just to figure out where that is. But and just as a reminder to folks, I was talking just a few minutes ago about enjoying helping people, and just a reminder, if you go to grizzlybearsims.com, again that's grizzlybearsims.com, in the right hand corner of the page near the top, you'll see a link for add-ons and mod directory. If you click that, that'll open up a Google document spreadsheet, and on that Google document spreadsheet down at the bottom, you'll see some tabs across the bottom. Select the FS17 or the FarmSim 17 tab, and you'll find a listing for all of the mods, including these two. These are basically two mods that are on that spreadsheet. This is the Deutz-Fahr Warrior, very nice tractor, one of my favorites here in the game, and also the Penta DB50 tipper. And while you're there, you'll also find the links to this John Deere wheel loader is also there as well. So pardon the exhaust there in your face. My apologies for that. And we'll load up a little bit of this. I'm aware of the time. It's about 24 minutes into the video. And I will let you get on with your barbecue and your other things that you've got going on. I should get my joystick, but my joystick is sitting on the other side of the room because I wasn't aware that I was going to actually be doing compost in this video. But I think that with the fact that our money situation is what it is, it's either this or it's going out and doing a little bit of forestry. But I'm gonna basically say that, you know, we're gonna have some time as soon as we get the soybeans in the ground, as soon as we get all of the spraying done. Obviously, we've got to come around for the third level of fertilization for everything. All the fields are going to need 3 levels of fertilization. The other thing that we're going to obviously be continuing to work on is going to be mowing and baling of hay for the rest of our summer and fall and winter use. But then also, I don't think we'll do pellets. I don't think we'll do hay pellets again. I think we will do some straw pellets or a little bit of straw pellets. Obviously, most of the straw is going to go into bales for the farm use, for the dairy use and pigs and such. And then some other straw will probably come up here and go into the compost facility for compost. I guess this works out to just about a little more than 8 scoops, I suppose, to fill up this 50,000 liter tipper. And I've lost track. I don't know how many scoops I've put in there so far, but and it is a lot easier with my joystick for sure, because using the mouse, if you can kind of hear, I'm having to move my mouse around quite a bit to get things lifted up. But again, considering that the joystick's on the other side of the room, I don't want to take the time to stop and get it, so we'll just put another little bit of stuff in here and then go quickly sell it and let you guys get on with your day. Hopefully we can get a good price for it. I'm hoping that we've got 50,000 liters here. Oh yeah, sure we do, because we've got there we go. It just that pile sort of went down awfully quick there after just a couple of scoops, but I don't necessarily believe that it is fully representative of how much is there. I bet we're getting pretty close to getting that tipper filled up. We did have some rain last night and again early this morning, so that's all good for our farming operations, certainly. You know, we need the moisture, we need the rain, and we're also getting some rain here in the Mile High City in the real world today as well. As a matter of fact, we had a hailstorm that came through last night. And of course, like I said, I'm recording this on the 14th of May, Monday, the 14th of May. So the hailstorm came through on Sunday, the 13th. And from what I understand, there were quite a few flights delayed out at our airport because they had to take the opportunity to double check the aircraft that was parked here overnight for hail damage. And of course, that's always the safe thing to do. That's what we certainly want them to do. And speaking of flying, I hope folks saw the screenshots that I was posting over on the Discord server on Saturday. I wanted to fully test the Beast version 5, and so I loaded up a long haul flight in the PMDG 747-400 and set out for London from Denver. And it was quite the fun flight, and I quite enjoyed it. And the beast performed flawlessly through that flight. I'll monitor the temperatures of the CPU, the GPU, frame rates, all that good stuff. Everything was just fine. It just purred right along. So we're about 30 minutes right now, so let's just quickly take this up to the compost facility, to the compost cell point at the greenhouse, or at the garden center. That's the word I'm looking for, garden center. And we'll sell this, and that way you guys can see how much money we put back into the bank account, and then we'll end the episode right up there. And let you get on to your day. So obviously you've noticed that, towards the end of April and perhaps the first week of May, maybe the first 2 weeks of May, I was putting out 5 and 6 videos a week. I have obviously scaled back considerably. My plan is for right now, my plan is to give you about 3 Farm Sim 17 videos a week. That'll be 3 videos on this map, GreenRiver, and then 1 video on either ATS or ETS2, and probably alternate those like I've been doing with that. And we're going to stick to that plan probably until I get back from my business trip in June, where I'll be out of pocket for a week, and I won't be able to record any videos and all that kind of stuff. And so I just want to make sure that I can get ahead and kind of stay ahead, and then once I get back, we'll sort of reevaluate things and see how things go as far as time and all that kind of stuff permits. And then of course my next big thing that I need to plan for is obviously going to be the trip to Europe for vacation. So $61,144, not a bad payday. That certainly makes me feel a little bit better. This tractor purchase that we did, that certainly was not part of the plan. It was certainly not part of the plan to have Billy Bob run the Case 1455 into the water, but things happen, and we just pick up the pieces and we go right along with it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you all go because I've kept you over a couple of minutes here. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being subscribers of the channel. Thanks for being my friend. Thanks for hanging out, leaving comments, asking your questions. I am always eager to help. And if you have a question, you can post a question in the comments underneath the videos, or you can come over to the Discord channel and post your questions either publicly, or if you want to private message me, it's probably best to private message me through Discord, because I am literally looking at that frequently throughout the day, almost every single day, unless I'm in meetings or something like that. So again, thank you all so very much for watching. If you or your family have had a loved one that gave the ultimate sacrifice for this great country of ours, or any of our allies, I thank you from the very bottom of my heart, and I join you in sharing the memories of your loved ones along with my loved ones, and basically giving thanks for their sacrifices, which endured and helped spread freedom all around this great country and around this great world that we live on. And thank you all so very much, and God bless you all, and come back again very, very soon for another episode here on the Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel. God bless you. Bye-bye.